and welcome to the 2023 onboarding for Disincorporated Associated Networking, or as I like to call it, DAN. Clicker's not working. Still got it. So, we will be going through today a few different things here. We're talking about our story at DAN, our mission, what we aim to do in the world, our philosophy, and our people. Then we'll be moving on to some past results of things we've done in the past couple of years, and then on to our plans for this year and beyond. So, about Disincorporated Associated Networking. Got a lot of content slides. We began hosting parties in 2015, and we have hosted over 20 parties since, and that is a genuine fact. We've hosted parties in Stockport, Sheffield, and all around the cyber globe, up and down the information superhighway, and right inside the technosphere. Our mission, completely originally, is of course to protect the world from devastation, to unite all peoples within our nation, to denounce the evils of truth and love, and to extend our reach to the stars above. But to get through our mission, we have to think about where we come from, our philosophy as a company, and how we believe you should be behaving in order to truly become a part of DAN. You should be yourself. Know who you are and be that. And be brave about being yourself. Truly, there's no need to fear being yourself. Be vocal, especially when you need to. Speak up, say things, and be colourful. Everyone's different in their own way, and we love that about you all. Know our past. Know exactly where we came from. Each of us has come from different places to get where we are now. And knowing exactly where we've come from is so important to us at DAN. Know our brand. Know how other people think of us. Super important stuff. You can just be yourself, but whilst you're being yourself, be aware that other people might not have that image of you. That's what DAN parties are truly all about. It's about me trying to work out exactly what my brand is, because who's got a fucking clue at this point? Anyway, embrace relationships. They don't have to be relationships. It can be the beautiful, loving friendship that we have between us. But embrace them and love them. Embrace our stories. The ones we tell to each other. The ones we're creating at every party. Sustainability in perpetuity. We should be able to keep doing this forever. And finally, as we stand here, we should look towards the tomorrows. We stand at a turning point in time, and we can capitalise on that. So, quick note on the people who are going to help you capitalise on that. Obviously, there's me in the middle, way over there somewhere. There's Josh behind me, who is my ever dutiful co-host. And then this PowerPoint came with a picture of a guy. He's on here too. Congrats to him. What do we offer at DAN? Parties, shitposts, drinking games. You might think you already know that, Dan. Obviously you do. But this is, at our core, something we need to understand. These are all methods by which we fulfill this philosophy. We can be together, truly, through the efforts of Disincorporated Associated Networking. Just think about DAN every time you think about any of these things. I beg you. Key achievements. This slide has been left blank. Do you know why? Because we can achieve whatever we want in life. But we're going to come first, and someone else is going to come second and third. It might be you that comes second and third, because I might be first. But anyway, look at that man. He's climbed on a rock. He's yelling at the sun. Maybe he's got his dick out. Who knows? I would, if I was there. Anyway, On to some of the results of our previous events that we've put on in the past couple of years. This is some genuine notes on the performance. As you can see, attendance numbers have been pretty high post-COVID, with the exception of Eurovision on the end. However, when we look at our shit postability of events, Eurovision scores really poorly. I take full responsibility for the lack of attendance at Eurovision, and I believe it's because I did not shitpost fully enough. There is also potentially the post-nakedness drop. Obviously, nakedness spiked at Danadan 6, so perhaps that has something to do with the matter. Survey results. We polled the attendees of Eurovision, and when we consider the Pokemon Wiglet, equal parts smash and pass, but a lucky few of you wish to be smashed by Wiglet, and that's the sort of thing that gets into a PowerPoint. Highlights of the past couple of years, so this is where I really wanted to talk about everything that's going on. Highlight and lowlight, I got naked. Depends on your perspective. I consider it a highlight. No cups, I think we did excellently there, some excellent innovation, some really cool stuff. Highlight and a lowlight, outfit efforts. Massive shout outs to Frayne and Vicky, who continually knock it out of the park with their efforts. I don't want to call anyone out for lowlights, but just look around you. Some people are really putting in the work, and if that's not you, it could be. Why don't you want that to be you? Why? Finally, I think we should really take away the Eurovision point system as a highlight of the year. Now, maybe not everyone was there, maybe not everyone understands, but by awarding people points that they could award to each other, I think Eurovision managed to be possibly one of the most unhinged parties we've hosted so far. I think that is incredible, especially considering, as we saw a few slides ago, the lower attendance rates at Eurovision. Eurovision point system, absolutely a highlight of the year and something we could all learn from. Turns out people will do anything if you award them with meaningless points. So, with that in mind, we know who we are now, we know where we've come from, and we know how the past few years have been, so what are we going to do about it this year? Aspirations, new initiatives, and key metrics to keep an eye on. Aspirations I've left blank, but this isn't the blank of having no aspirations. This is the blank of having limitless aspirations. Look at that plane. It could go anywhere. Anywhere it wants. There are no limits on how far a plane can fly, or how far a plane can fly. And because there are no limits on that, there should be no limits on yourself. Genuine new initiatives. I'm proposing we move to LinkedIn. I'm going to make a LinkedIn group and link it in the comments. We'll probably also post on Facebook, but we're outgrowing Facebook as a medium to organise Dan parties. So whilst I will genuinely be making a LinkedIn group, any suggested networks or networking software we can use to try and keep this thing going without being fully in the pocket of Facebook would be excellent. On that note, obviously, this party, the return of Danmus, it's going to be a great initiative, and it features our first usage of our real-time, cutting-edge, face-to-face invite system, which is obviously never before seen in the world of partying, and I'm hoping that if you're seeing this, you've experienced how excellent it is for yourself. So 2023 should be a huge year for us. As you can see, the line goes up. So with that, I want to welcome you to Disincorporated Associations Networking if you've not been here before. And if you have been here before, I want to thank you for the love that you have shown that has allowed us to continue this far, the efforts that you have put in. Because Dan is not just one person. If you really think about it, Dan is inside us all. Thank you. If you've got any questions, I'm stood in front of the word questions, so keep them to yourself.